Okay, I'm here with InvertedShadow. We are at RStong's base um, because as soon as I came into the Nether, um, a creeper blew up my Nether portal, and I was stuck because I don't have any flint and steel. Um, so I'm gonna see if I could get some from RStong. Uh, InvertedShadow had walked down the path. I guess he was probably the one who put the dirt there in my last episode and climbed up to the tree. And he walked. He wanted to see other people's bases before my episode had gone up, so he walked down the tunnel based on what I had said just in my in the Facebook group. And he walked off the path and fell. And when I found him, he was trying to get up, and he had walked. I was at Y91, and I'm like, dude, I'm looking for you on the ground. I don't see you. And he's like, I'm at Y97. So he was actually above me by the time I found him. Anyway, I'm at RStong's base, seeing if he's got any flint and steel. You'll notice him in my last episode. I just threw it on the ground right by his nether portal. Well, actually, because of InvertedShadow having an opportunity to play that I didn't expect him to have, um, I don't. It had despawned because he had spent some time roaming around trying to find his way back to his base or his nether portal. So I'm just gonna take this one. I thought we might, it'd be fun to record since we're at RStong's base, which neither of us have ever been to. Um, and yeah, that's basically what we're doing. So I just need one iron, and I'll leave the flint and steel with RStong when I'm done, so that I'm not taking it from him. Um, Interestingly enough, we have wrong button. We have Pecos on with us today. Um, Pecos is a friend of mine that I didn't even know played Minecraft. Um, NAC 303 called me up today and let me know that Pecos, our mutual friend, is a avid fan of the game. So I added him to the whitelist, and it turns out, as you saw in episode 10, the issue I had with where I was trying to find InvertedShadow's base actually became a blessing, because now I've already got the pathway and the nether portal set up to get to Pecos's area. So, RStong either hides his iron very well, or this is not his main base. Uh-oh. I hope he didn't get lost. I had abandoned him. I don't think this is his main base due to the fact that I don't see, oh, I was gonna say I don't see a bed, but geez, it's probably up here. Or this could just be a lookout. Yeah, this is what this is. I didn't think this was actually his, main place. I'm pretty sure it's, that way. Like I said, I've never actually been here. I've seen all this from MC Edit when I when I go in for various tasks that need to be performed or whatever. And every time I send Alamantis an updated file so that we can update the website's, Google Maps style view. Here, I'm going to do this for InvertedShadow. All right, InvertedShadow, you're standing about here. Next time you log on, if it doesn't happen, no, you might have been up here, I think. So in order to get back to your base, in case you don't come back on tonight and you get stuck here, which could be equally as bad as the nether, just follow my steps, okay? So you're in here, just go out the store, and I believe it's this way. This is where we came. So you go here, and then all you got to do is follow this track, make a left right there, and you can even see the portal right here, that black thing. So in reality, I probably should have just gone to InvertedShadow's base and grabbed the flint and steel I left him. I'm actually surprised I don't have one. Oh yeah, of course I don't have one with me because I forgot I threw it on the ground for RStong. Anyway, creeper. That's the worst thing when you're at a friend's base, is to have a creeper blow up around you. All right. Is that clay? Yeah, I think it is. It's like clay is one of those things. It's like it's a resource you really kind of don't want to mine. At least I don't feel like I want to mine it because it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's rare, but you know, when you remove it, it makes the floor, the seabed, look a little less appealing, I guess. But when you do remove it, it's like the most underused block there is. You know, I think it's because the texture is not as appealing as it could be. This is turning into quite the trek. I couldn't say if it's this side or this side, but or even over there, I don't know. But RStong had decided to completely. He's basically going to turn this into a dam, and he's going to drain all the water on one side. For his sake, I sure hope they re-implement the sponge. Ooh, that's cool. Wow, RStong's been on more than I had thought. You know, as the server hoster, I get to see, you know, in the server log when people have been on and stuff, and but you can't really tell unless somebody's currently on. It's really hard to know how long they've been on, because you know, it just says logged in and then disconnected. All right, I'm gonna, unless you've got an actual flint and steel I could take. I guess I'll just take. Oops. Yeah, I'll take 3 of those and leave you 1. No, I'll take that. And so I'll take a look around. Hope he doesn't mind. It's got a very impressive base. I'm completely serious. It actually makes my base look a little bit lame. Oh, cool. He actually, this is a cobble generator. He asked me on the Facebook group for the design, and I, as best I could, I spelt it out for him step by step using, you know, X's and A's and B's as variables for the actual block types. Oh, wow, he actually fishes too. I suck at fishing in this game. I really do. Even when I should catch the fish, it's like I just it's really bad. And you know, once you get enough fish that you can, jeez, I'm turning around. I don't know where I'm going. Where was it? It's got to be over here. Yeah. Once you get enough fish that you can tame 2 ocelots and turn them into tamed cats, and then breed the cats, that's great. You know, it's good to be able to do that. All right. RStong, I'm really sorry if this cart is not there when you log back in, because it looked to me like this was an unloaded chunk, and yeah, that's unloading right now. So when I send this back without me in it, it might not get there. Let's hope. Minecon. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Carts move. If you don't already know this, carts move a different speed when they go over powered rails, if there's a player in them or not. And when I'm not in this cart, it can't get there, so I have to send it with me in it. Anyway, at Minecon, they had talked about something regarding, I guess, a bunch of the mods like Tech It and Feed the Beast, which if our server ever grows anywhere close to the fan base as the Minecraft server has, I'm gonna say right now, we are never, and of course, because I'm saying never probably means that we'll be doing it very soon, but we will never, ever, ever start this server as a Tech It or Feed the Beast server. In my personal opinion, I want to stick solely with vanilla Minecraft as much as possible. I do not want to push the boundaries at all. You know, I'm a very vanilla Minecraft kind of person. As you can see, I play with this, the default texture pack. Every once in a while, as most people do, you know, you do Optifine and what is it called? Man, I always do that wrong every single time. Optifine and Sonic Ether's unbelievable shaders mods. But as far as mods go, they're a real pain to install, and you know, I just don't like doing it. So also, you know, I want to play the normal version of the game. Oh man, there goes Skype again. I don't think I'm going to turn it off this time, unless if there's an abrupt shift, it's because somebody from my current job is trying to get a hold of me, and I had to stop like in mid sentence or whatever to take care of it. And you know, if I don't think their Skype message would pop up over what we're currently, you know, seeing because I'm in full screen mode. But if it does, you know, I'd have to cut it as soon as it popped up to, you know, just to protect them out of respect and whatever. Especially if they're talking about details of the current project I'm working on. You know, for obvious reasons, I can't have those details just floating around due to my Minecraft series. So anyway, yeah, like I said, I got this flint and steel because I genuinely need it. But what's great is that it's not just for my Nether portal anymore. It's also for Pecos' Nether portal, which lies, I believe, in my last episode, I had mentioned that I had ended up over water. And I believe that's incorrect. I mean, yeah, I did end up over water, but I think it's from the portal that's up here, as opposed to the one that's over there by my where the nice part of my like where I had mentioned in episode 10, that was the place I was really excited if InvertedShadow's portal ended up being over there, because it meant that my rail system wasn't really compromised. So we're gonna. I'm 99% sure that if we relight this one that's right here, we're gonna end up over the ocean. So I'm just gonna pop through real quick and double check, because it actually might be this one. I believe it's not though. Let's see. Yeah, this is the ocean one. Don't want to fall. It would just be so awful without an ender pearl. Alright, so I think I'm gonna leave it here. I could mine it out. You know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll let that gas float up for me. Hey, you. Sure. Come on. I need him to basically shoot through it. get this to work. I don't even know if it still works anymore. I know you can relight them with a gas, or at least with a blaze. But I don't know if you can unlight them anymore. Because the very first time I went to the nether, there he is. Come on. Okay, shoot it. It's going to be too high. Oh, yes. Perfect. The very first time I went to the nether, that happened to me. And I gotta be honest with you. Okay, so think to yourself real quick. What block types are available in the nether? Okay, you've got glowstone, netherrack, mushrooms of both types, nether brick stairs, nether brick fences, and there's one more, two more actually. Soul sand is one of them, and then one more that you often forget, and I don't know, there's probably more than that, and I'm just not forgetting. I guess if you consider lava, which isn't really a block type, but gravel. Gravel is another block type that you can get in the nether. So the very first thing I did in the nether, and when you've never seen the nether before, which I am truly glad I had never watched a single video about Minecraft or anything on YouTube before I went here, because it was a really interesting experience, especially when the nether first came out. Oh my goodness, because gas were affected by lava, so there was all sorts of ambient screaming happening in the nether, because when a ghast would get would fly underneath lava, it would start acting like it was in pain. There's gravel. Yeah, I'm still not used to seeing the new gravel texture, especially in the nether, which, I mean, it looked even weirder before, but I don't know, that's strange. I'm really sad every time a texture leaves the game. I had some, the locked chest that they had a while back. I on the old server, I had some of those, and they changed the game code so that they despawned like leaves, so you'd have to keep them in a chest. But I had some, and then when I would place them, after a while, it started putting the emerald texture on them. So that ended up, because they took it out to make room for the emerald texture, which is fine. I mean, I'm never going to use it. It was just one of those things I kept in a chest in order to, if anybody had ever come to my base and ruffled through my stuff and saw that, they'd have, it'd have been interesting to have them freak out or whatever. I mean, we weren't doing videos back then, which is honestly a darn shame. Even though survival mode is much more interesting for videos than creative mode. Creative mode's interesting only when you're showing off builds, or a tutorial on something you know how to build, like you know the back of your hand. I almost said like you know how to build the back of your hand, but because, oh god, I forgot how far this one is, because it's the distance of Alamantis's base from the Nether hub. Oh my gosh, it's forever and a day away. It's actually kind of good for me, because when I set Pecos up at his place, he asked me if it was okay to wander or roam. He used roam as his adjective, or his verb. Adjective. Yeah, I left it lit? I don't remember leaving it lit. I think I wasn't sure at the time. Yeah, I wasn't sure at the time if maybe this was his base or not. If you were really paying attention, in the last video, when I went to, well, okay, I was killed by the infected zombie villager, and then after that, I went into the bed to try to make it daytime, but I noticed T. Calhoun was still on. and since he wasn't in the Nether or the End, he, I would have had to ask him to get in a bed. And since he was probably most likely spending his time cleaning up the prank I had done to him, I didn't want to bother him with it. Oh my god, I can't believe we went all the way here for nothing. But anyway, that's where Pecos' base is. And let's see. So if you looked at the chat log, like when you sleep and it shows you like this kind of stuff, it said de-opt Seiferus. And the reason it said that, believe it or not, is because, I am hardly ever a server operator. I mean, yeah, I run the server, but whenever I do things that would need to be done from a server operator's kind of ability, I do it through the console, which means that I actually go to the computer that the server is running on, and I run it through a console command instead of using server commands as my player. So the reason it said de-opt Seiferus is because when I was making my way to InvertedShadow's base, I wrote down the coordinates I was standing at when I went through there, and then I went onto the Facebook group so that I could teleport to his base so I knew what it looked like, and then teleport back to the ones I had written on paper. And as you know, the last time I teleported, it did not end well for me, because I ended up at T. Calhoun's base right as a creeper blew me up. So what I had done was I was going to teleport, but as I was writing down the stuff from the Facebook group, I noticed that the numbers were only off by less than 50 blocks. So I knew that the numbers on the Facebook group were actually wrong, and I had ended up typing in a negative number in the Z direction by accident. So so that's actually how that whole fiasco happened. Anyway, I ended up not teleporting, is the bottom line. So I just de-opt before I went on to the server, and I'll tell you why in a minute, because believe it or not, I'm actually opt right now. I'm a server operator at the moment, and the only times I am, and like I said, most of the time I do everything through the console, but because I'm recording, and I want to be on my laptop, I server opt myself just a moment ago, so that when Pecos came on, I could help him out and make sure that he got to the right spot. I ended up not actually needing to do anything teleporting wise or anything, so it doesn't matter. But I'd actually like to show you. I noticed when you're server operator, I don't have anything in here that would this would affect, but when you're a server op, you can see that actually displays in your chat log. So if I de-op myself, there you go. That's what it said in the last video. Now I can do this, and it still works. Look, I'm still getting this, but these guys don't say anything. I mean, even the blue one, of course, the water didn't say anything. So anyway, the reason I brought you over here is because in the last episode I put some dark wood half slabs on the ground to kind of demonstrate the bases. Well, I built a temporary miniature mock-up of our base, of our nether hub, to demonstrate not only to you guys, the viewers, but also to the rest of the people on the server just how this works. Because when I play and I come through that, I come through my server, my nether portal over there, I view the world backwards, and by that I mean on a map the world is viewed in this direction, as in that's north, that's east, that's south, and that's west. Okay? But when I come in to the nether, I view it this way. I view it as T. Calhoun's base is above. It's forward, you know, which on a map would be north, but in fact it's actually south. So in order to make it perfectly clear for everybody, I built a small little thing, which I'll go to in a second. Obviously, I had a pretty good opportunity to do this. I was actually, what I had originally come here doing is in fact, the reason these torches are here was to light up some signs I had put on the wall that illustrated the point. And then I thought, you know what? I looked over and I saw the beacons coming up, and I'm like, well, you know, this couldn't be more perfect. I mean, it looks just like this. So, the beacon area, as you can see when I go over here and look at the signs, represents the nether hub. Okay? And then, of course, you look here from the nether hub, like you've just come through the spawn village or something. Oh, look, Seiferus base is this way. What's this? Oh, the nether fortress / stronghold? You mean the one that's right there? The one that you can get to, you know, you can go to the nether fortress, which is right here, or you can go to the stronghold, which is right there. So, you know, that's represented here. And then we've got RStong, you know, so if you go up there, and eventually that'll be finished where you go to the right, you'll get there. You know, right now I've got that sort of half-finished, not really anything important walkway that goes and then this way, and you take that to get to RStong's base and Inverted Shadow's base, as I showed you in episode 10. And then over here, you know, obviously you've got Elementus and T. Calhoun. And, you know, as you can see, T. Calhoun is way closer. I tried my best. I didn't try very hard, but I did try to illustrate distance. And now that I've looked at it, this should probably be right here, because, I mean, it's the path to the stronghold is, the portal's underneath the walkway. So it's actually much closer. But I think I'm going to leave it as it is right now, just because it's easier to see. I guesstimated that this was going to be here, but in fact it probably is closer to here, because remember how far away it was? It was just like, actually no, it'd probably be here, because how severely long it took me to get to it, just like when I go to Elementus. Anyway, eventually this will probably get taken down. I don't know, I'd like to do something, maybe suspended from the ceiling, you know, picking a block that represents each player, or I don't know, we'll figure something out, but I just think it would be cool to do something like this. Oh, you know what we could do? This might be interesting. If we were to keep this the way it is, but move it down, I don't know, like, you know, maybe 6-7 blocks, and then put the floor as glass. Man, a lot of people are coming on this today. Not that, where was I? Oh, yeah, someday, Mojang. By the way, if anybody's confused, I refer to what a lot of people call Mojang or whatever as Mojang. In fact, the actual pronunciation might actually be Muyang. I believe it's Mojang. That's actually the Swedish way to pronounce it. I live in California. I'm not Swedish in the least, but I prefer to pronounce it the way that I believe it's supposed to be pronounced. But, you know, I'm pretty sure that the guys who run Mojang or Mojang or however else you could try to pronounce that, I'm pretty sure that they acknowledge all the different ways people pronounce it and are completely okay with it. Anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it if, you know, don't feel like you got to change the way you describe it or talk about it. Gosh, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. To the people at Mojang, here's an update, and although likely no one's going to see this video who works there, but I would love to see half slabs of glass, you know, like a half glass block. There are so many places where that would come in so handy for me for builds and stuff, that, I don't know, that is something where it's like, if I was into mods, I would, you know, commission somebody to make a mod where that existed, if there wasn't already one in existence. But anyway, what I was trying to say is I might keep this by lowering it down, which you got to remember, the beacon underneath here, the beacon pyramid, could potentially make that not very much fun due to the. Well, I mean, I guess I could just spread them out a little bit more. I don't know, but we could have like a glass display, sort of like how BOO and Good had their record shop, which turned into Baj's Beats and AJ's Eats and Baj's Treats or whatever it became in the end. So that place, because it kind of had a. I mean, that was intended to show you the mountain range or whatever underneath. But imagine just something like that that sort of demonstrates this miniature kind of scale-ish model of what we've got, in our town, and perhaps even if instead of using different block types, if we just put down something like that with fire, so that you could, fire would basically represent where things are, and maybe even I could even go in with MC Edit and sort of just look through the chunk view where water is, and maybe kind of construct land masses, or I don't know, something like that might be very cool to utilize this space here. So we could make a semi, like, not a semicircle, like a full circle inside that encompass this area, and it might be worthwhile to make the current circle that's here even bigger, by starting here and just basically what I'll do is, this is, I don't know, like, what is this? I think it's 6, 12, 14? Is that 3? Yeah, so this is 14 blocks. So I'd basically find the biggest circle you could make where the very, top row is 14 blocks. And, I might start that way and just kind of carve more out of those walls and towards my base and everything, and push my my rail line forward a little bit, which wouldn't be a huge issue, and then get this thing going, because I think that would look really cool, and it would definitely be something that sets us apart from the way that this still greatly resembles the Mindcrack server. And I gotta be honest with you, in the most recent videos I'm watching of the Mindcrack guys, watching particularly, I think MC Gamer is the one doing it. I hate that this is so similar. I could even do this. Imagine on the Mindcrack server, how when you go down the stairs, MC Gamer has cut out right here a lapis exchange, and obviously this looks very familiar. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of parts, at least right here, that I had copied. Again, I can't believe I haven't taken them out yet, but these nether brick stairs are going to be gone, and most of this floor is going to change, so it's not sandstone. But yeah, that would definitely separate our nether hub, which I think would be very cool. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I can't stress enough how much I would love to have half slab glass blocks, but it's probably not going to happen. Anyway, so that's that. That was actually the main reason I wanted to record tonight, but being at RStong's base with InvertedShadow, I just, I sort of had to hop on early in case any shenanigans happened. I just realized I took the flint and steel with me because I had to get to my unlit portal. But I'm gonna take it as payment, I guess, for the pathway from RStong's base to the, essentially my base and the Nether Hub, and wherever he wants to go. If he wants to take a visit to the end, or do some wither skeleton fighting or something. Anyway, we're gonna call it an end pretty soon. I just want to get back to my portal and go through it and make sure I don't have a nasty surprise waiting for me on the other side. I fully expect to have some what do you call it? That's interesting. I wonder if that would have stopped sooner if I had stayed in it. It honestly doesn't matter. One of my favorite things about minecarts that they updated right as I was getting really good at it and made it even easier for me is that when you're in them, you can actually, if you hold forward or backward or whatever, you can move them. So, say you're not really quite lined up, just hold forward when you hit the button and it'll send you forward anyway. So you don't really need to be in that perfect, perfect position. Oh, I didn't light this yet? My goodness, am I glad I didn't run back all the way back to RStong's base with this. Anyway, so I'm going to pass through. Oh, I was saying earlier, I expect to have some netherrack has gone through there probably due to the creeper explosion, but who knows. Let's see how much we have now. 64 and 3. Okay, so I just want to know. I got some plans for it, by the way. Well, you'll see in a minute. Okay, good. No one's waiting for me. This part in here, I want to turn this, like, so when you go through the portal, if you, instead of stopping, if you just go straight through, I want to make this my library where I store my project plans and stuff, which have not been updated in a very long time. I've, it hasn't been updated due to the fact that the place where I would put my wall of projects hadn't been created. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Shenanigans didn't exactly ensue like I expected at RStong's base. By the way, RStong, I'm going to put this right here. If you want it, you feel free to come take it. You know what? Actually, I'm going to put it closer to the Nether portal, so you don't have to look around if you don't want to. That came out wrong. I should say so that if it's nighttime, you don't have to compromise the safety of my base with creepers and whatnot. Which is the selfish way to put it. Also, I'm going to do this just to get those out of my inventory. And I am realizing now that I probably just ruined a bunch of torches. Oh, wow. It went down the stairs before coming down. Okay, so it looks like I'm good torch-wise. No, I think I might have hit one of them. I feel like I'd see it. No? Alright, well, it's getting dark. Also, viewers and other players on the server, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I'm not sure at all. I want to make that look good. When I first built this, my math told me that these were going to line up. I'm a block too low, which really stinks because I can't raise the portal up because then it would be right here on top. You'd see it here, Anyway, I'm gonna I was going to make it day, but I realized I can't because Pecos is on. Anyway, welcome to the server, Pecos. By the way, guys, in real life, Pecos is one of the most incredible artists I've ever seen. I'm really excited to see what he does. I hope you guys are excited as well. Anyway, now I'm finally leaving. Alright, take it easy. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey guys, so I can't remember if I put the cobblestone half slab back at RStong's base. It's not in my inventory, unless it was one of these, but I'm pretty sure it was cobblestone. But I am going to take this with me and give it to him. Just, so it's not a wasted trip. And almost immediately after I stopped recording, InvertedShadow came back on. And from what I've seen in the chat log, hold on, perfect point. Find out if he's still there so I can help him out. Felt like I saw his name tag for a second. Looking for name tags when you're in the Nether is just, I mean, don't even try. It can be so hard to see through this. I mean, Nether brick is one of the most disorienting bricks. Nether rack, I should say, when you're going through tunnels and stuff. If you don't already know, the Nether is actually based on the Doom series of video games. I think it's specifically Doom 3, but I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like Doom 3 is a fairly recent title. Oh, you know, I don't think I've ever mentioned, but here's a list of game systems I currently own in my house. A PlayStation 1, my laptop, my desktop, laptop being a MacBook Pro, desktop being a brand new HP Elite, and let's see, what else do I have? I have 3 PlayStation 2s and a GameCube. I think I have a Super NES somewhere that I may or may not have cables for. And an N64. I do not have a PlayStation 3. Actually, there is a PlayStation 3 in my house, but it's not mine, and it died, unfortunately. Man, I gotta tell you, it died. That PlayStation 3, my old roommate's PlayStation 3 died basically 1 week before Uncharted 3 came out. Most devastating week ever, because the only games that I've actually played that are, you know, that utilize like PS3 as a, oh, see? I didn't put it back. I feel good about coming back. I honestly, I believed with all of my heart that I hadn't left it, and then I checked my inventory and it wasn't there, so I'm like, what? I honestly have no idea where I put it. To be honest with you, if I didn't, I mean, well, you know, if I watch the video back, I'm sure I'll find it, but I just can't recall. Because I actually came back on briefly to take a snapshot of that miniature thing I had set up. Let's see. I'm trying to picture where I think RStong would be. Oh, you know, okay, RStong, this is your base. So I could put it in literally any chest. If you saw this video, you'd know where it is. So I'm going to put it here. This is where the flint and steel goes. You saved my ass, buddy. I really appreciate that I stole your iron and used it without your permission. So I'm going to make sure that I put this back for you. And I should have brought some iron with me. And that 1 extra flint would have been nice of me to do, but I guess that's not going to happen. In my opinion, it's better than the alternative. Because the alternative would have been me going into his mines and looking for iron and potentially, you know, taking away from his ability to have mined it. By the way, RStong, I'll have to get you the exact number. I think it's something like 20 by 20. Your base is in a taiga biome. Wow, that's strange. Your base is in a taiga biome, and I have a design that I built in single player once for a little shop where you go in and it's like an ice tray, and it's basically an ice farm, and I want to put it near my base, but it actually, like, you know, it's kind of out of the way for me to go to my taiga area. I mean, it's not ridiculously far, but I don't feel right putting an actual like building there, you know, just in the middle of this taiga biome. So I kind of want to wait on putting something like that near my base until my base extends far enough that it sort of envelops the taiga biome. So if you're interested, I would bring all the resources myself, and I'll have to look up the number. Or you know what? So I was gonna say it would look really cool right here, but actually, this must not be taiga. If yeah, this is river. That's why it's not frozen. So I couldn't put it here, but I could put it, basically anywhere. In fact, oh man, that'd be so weird to learn. Yeah, this is taiga. That's crazy. I could put it here if you wanted, or something, and I'll send you some pictures over Facebook of what it looks like and all that. But it would be really cool to have it at like a base like yours, where it's where it's where it could utilize it well. And before I go, the last thing I'm going to check is because I want to be a good sport. At least it wasn't a creeper. Guess what? I can play that game too. Yeah, I love it when they die from fall damage after you shoot them with a punch bow. Alright. What I wanted to check, yeah, okay, so he puts it on the underside. Because I was about to put it, because you'll notice with my rail systems, I actually hate doing this. Yeah, actually that makes perfect sense. That's where I would have put it anyway if I hadn't checked, because obviously it didn't go up there. I actually hate this system when you see it in like the Mindcrack guys stuff, because it just feels weird. Well, let me put it this way. You'll notice I have a very different rail system than RStong and everybody on the Mindcrack server. Poor guy. I still haven't found out where InvertedShadow is. Anyway, what was I even talking about? Crap. Oh well, T-Calhoun's not having a good day right now. Oh, yeah. Like, this is how you might see it on the Mindcrack, guys. Like, where you'll see just a 1x2 walkway, that has a rail line. And then it has the what do you call it? The half slab. So when I put mine in, which, on the overworld, I try to just light things up so that it's less likely that there will be mobs there. Which on this particular overworld, I don't have much tracks, but I put my slabs upside down like that, because it still gets the job done, but when you're in the cart, it doesn't feel like your face is going through it, even though I know it's invisible when you are going through it, so it's really not an issue. I don't know, it's just one of those things. I like it better that way. Well, I've never really looked on the inside of their faces before. If you ever have the opportunity to see it, you'll notice that their skin, like on the face especially, is on the like helmet layer of a player. It's kind of like it's off of it a bit. They actually do have a skull, like a full textured skull underneath that. If you ever see their texture, the way that their texture looks. Oh my gosh. Is that lag? What is that? What was I saying before? There's a couple things I think I brought up several times in the video that I never finished mentioning because I got distracted about Minecon. One of the things about Minecon, I just watched a video about a panel where, yeah, by the way, I didn't go to Minecon. I do not have that kind of money at the moment. I would have loved to have gone, but it just wasn't in the stars, especially it being in Paris and everything. Anyway, one of the things that they brought up, Dinnerbone had mentioned that one of the things, oh yeah, that's what I was talking about, Tekkit and Feed the Beast. That's how I got so sidetracked. One of the things in things like Tekkit that I guess they do, because, you know, I don't really watch a lot of Tekkit videos. I don't play Tekkit for sure. But one of the things I guess they do is they do the pipes that send items from point A to point B. And Dinnerbone mentioned that they already have something like that in Minecraft, and that thing would be the storage minecarts. So what they want to do is, I guess, oh, I think I see him. I think I just saw either T. Calhoun or it's probably InvertedShadow, but man, I'm never going to finish this thing about Minecon. I could have sworn I saw his name tag. Alright, we're going to do something. Don't get on my case. I don't do this for griefing or finding diamonds or anything. It's merely for building aid. And now it's going to be to help me find I mean, he couldn't be down there, right? Because he'd be in the lava, and it would have said that he died. Oh, how horrible would that be if he just died, and I'm still looking for him? I don't know why he hasn't responded to my questions. He could be AFK. You know, I've noticed a couple people on the server have been AFK, either A, because they're used to playing on a server with me that is like, you know, where they're in creative and they don't have to worry about it, or B, because they're used to single player where when you pause the game actually pauses. Yeah, I don't see him. I think I'm going to leave this on though, so that the texture pack, I mean, so that I can possibly spot him, because I feel like I'd like to help him out if I could find him. You know, I could write down my coordinates and teleport to him, but as you remember earlier in this episode, and I might have accidentally said the last episode when referring to this one, because I haven't posted this episode yet, and I was planning on, oh wow, you can see the nether wart, like that nether fortress over there is enormous. I was taken back by it when I saw it, you know, and it's like now it's like even more impressive because it just goes all the way into this mountain. Anyway, so he had, I got nothing. I don't even remember what I was saying. I don't remember at all. Man, I'm so bad at this. Let's go back to Minecon. So the thing is that they had mentioned a lot of people have been really rooting for a block that they call an allocator. And what that does is it like basically sucks up items and sorts them and puts them in a chest or whatever, or just in the allocator and spits them out the other side or whatever. So imagine a dispenser, the way that it sucks water up into a empty bucket. It's basically like that, you know. But you know, more like the way a dispenser would normally shoot things out. I guess it's like if you were to throw an object in it, it would do that. So anyway, oh god. For some reason, I thought I was on my way to InvertedShadow's base. Hence the reason I was looking for him. Oh man. Well, until he... Alright, we're gonna call him by his name since T. Calhoun's already mentioned it several times. It's like he doesn't know his own username or something. I want to bring up a couple things actually. I'm gonna stand still. If you're anything like me, when you watch these videos, you're listening anyway. You're not really watching. So, and I don't mean just my videos. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to get away from my nether portal, because goodness gracious, that's annoying. By the way, the texture pack I'm using right now, I could not even tell you what it's called. I'm sure I've mentioned several times that this is a new computer. Hold on. Are you going to trek 3,000 blocks? I wonder if he went through the spawn portal or something, or maybe, I don't know, Trevor's portal would put him about, see, he's 3,000 on, if he's at where I think he is, he's at the z-axis, so he would have been at, yeah, he would have left, oh yeah, he went from RStong's base and trekked all the way back to his. Oops. Anyway, so I want to get this out of here. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure that's what he did. So, I'm going to stop and we're going to talk for a second. Man, even when I'm standing still, that chat box is going to distract me. Alright, so, earlier today, when I was going to upload this, actually, when I started uploading episode 8, no, what episode am I on? 10. When I started uploading episode 10, I had mentioned on the Facebook group that I had recorded about an hour's worth of footage and didn't feel like any of it was worth watching. Of course, when I started watching it back, I started to warm up to it and thought, it's worth it. I don't need to re-record or anything. But Alamantis had suggested that I, maybe do a two-parter. And I'd like to discuss that, actually. If I can get a video up in one video, I don't intend to ever cut them into two parts. The reason for that is, hold on. Ugh, I hate using LOL. Let's see. So, wow, that is so distracting. I'm already screwed up again. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I don't intend to split an episode into several videos, and I'll tell you why. I feel, and I know that it's not true for everybody who does that, but I feel like some YouTube accounts, like YouTube people, when they split videos into parts, they're padding their views. And what I mean by that is, if you start watching a video and you start at part 1, and the video is a 20-part series, and the parts are 3 minutes each, yeah, it's probably because they're not YouTube partnered, so they aren't able to post videos that are longer than however much the limit is. I think it's actually up to 10 minutes. I have no idea. I've been YouTube partnered since before I posted a single video, but they can pad their views, because if you're going to watch the video, you're going to watch the whole thing, unless it's a piece of crap. So when you watch the video, you're actually watching, and that's giving them one view per video, per part of that video, I should say. So I don't intend to do that. That's not how I operate. In my opinion, because I use videos such as the kind I make, most of the videos I watch from the guys on the Minecraft server, and the Hermitcraft server and stuff, I use those videos as background noise when I'm playing Minecraft most of the time. I rarely actually watch them unless I'm on a computer where I can dual screen, or I feel like, you know, a lot of Ethos videos I like to watch just because of all the interesting, unique things he does. And for BOO, I like to watch as well because I'm really into what he's doing on his single player building with BOO series. So I'll just, you know, I'll play Minecraft at half the window size and put the YouTube video over to the side. Anyway, I prefer long episodes because it's longer that I can go playing the game before I have to stop in order to hit play on whatever the next video I'm going to watch is. So personally, I like videos that are up to and even over an hour long. But with the type of job I have, and you know, my ability to play a lot, working from home and everything, that's ideal for me, but might be not so ideal for other people. So I try to keep my video size down to basically interesting. So you know, I'm not gonna go up too high because it can make a video less interesting. You know, so if it's I basically go by necessity. Like if the video feels like it needs, you know, I'm gonna switch back real quick. All right, if the video feels like it needs that whole like if it feels like it needs the, you know, the whole thing, then, you know, I'll leave it in as much as I can. But you know, for the most part, like I said, I don't want to do editing if I don't have to, and you know, that's just my opinion on the matter. So like I said, I won't be separating the videos. And to get back to Minecon before I start running around and getting distracted again, here's what they said. They had mentioned, they were talking about how Tekkit or whatever, you get the pipes, you know, that go from one place to another. And I mean, I had seen those all the time, but not really known what they were for. I guess they are often used to transport materials from one pipe, you know, junction to another. And Dinnerbone had mentioned that minecarts essentially operate very similarly with the storage minecart, and how they're going to implement a way for you to get items to go in there easier and store them, and, you know, just make them a much more efficient tool. Gosh, I hope they do minecart elevators like you sometimes see in old movies or whatever. That would be really sick if you could just have, you know, the minecart like go here and then go vertical. I'd love that. But anyway, I don't want to get distracted. I have a problem with that proposal, and I don't play Tekkit or anything, so I don't know for sure that the other method is designed around this. But when I was at RStong's base, I mentioned I looked back as I was, you know, riding the cart away, and I said, you know, RStong, if the cart is not back at that station, you know, obviously I'm referring to his base when I'm saying this, back at that station when you log back on, I'm really sorry. And I had mentioned that because I noticed as I was going towards the place I needed to go, the chunks were unloaded. And as I looked back, as the cart was moving, the chunks behind me were unloading. Similarly to how you can no longer see my nether portal because the chunk it's in just unloaded and came back and unloaded. Anyway, when a cart goes out of loaded chunks, it stops moving. So, although the storage idea is great, I'm really hoping that they design something where it loads the chunk that it's in, you know, if it needs to, just so that it can pass through it. I hope that they set up something that behaves that way. Now you got to understand, on a server that can really screw things up because it can slow things down and create lots of lag, and it could be a new form of griefing. Just, you know, going to the spawn village and making, you know, mine carts that go all over the place, you know, tracks that are just zillions of blocks long, in order to constantly keep all sorts of in order to, you know, keep all sorts of chunks loaded that would slow down the servers and whatnot. So it's an interesting concept, and I'm hoping that they can find a way to make it worth our while. You know, where you don't necessarily have to, because, you know, the reason I don't use storage mine carts for actual mining purposes is because when you branch mine and you go to all the trouble to lay the tracks, once you send the cart, it's like, if you've gotten far enough from your base, far enough away from your base, that cart doesn't even make it home. Even when you've got like the powered mine cart, you know, that you put coal into it, it's like, yeah, it's pushing it, but the problem with it is that once it goes out of when it goes into an unloaded chunk, you know, it's stuck. So anyway, that's my gripe about that. I probably mentioned some other stuff that I didn't really finish on, but that'll have to wait till next time. I've wasted enough of your time. Anyway, I hope you guys are happy with this. RStong, I hope you're happy with the fact that I traveled all the way back to your base just to put that away for you. Or put it back, I mean, the slab. If you are unsatisfied with that flint and steel, feel free to take one of my iron. You can feel free to take my iron if you don't recall, or you get disoriented because of my new nether portal you're not used to seeing. You just come up these stairs right here, nether portal, up the stairs. This sounds pandering. I know he knows where it is. You go over here. Do I have iron? I think I do. It might be underneath the beacon. This is a good thing I'm checking. Okay, good. Yeah, I got some iron. So you just grab one. Anyway. Alright, guys. I'll see you next time. Take it easy.